There is a place where black mountains rise directly from the blue Adriatic. Ancient towns hide behind stone walls, rivers disappear beneath untouched forests, and deep canyons cut through a country smaller than many cities. But behind its peaceful coast lies a land shaped by isolation, resistance, and a fierce refusal to surrender. So how did such a tiny country become one of Europe's most dramatic hidden worlds? This is Montenegro. At first glance, Montenegro seems impossible to notice. It covers less than 14,000 square kilometers, making it one of Europe's smallest countries. Yet within this tiny land lies an astonishing variety of landscapes. From the calm Adriatic coast to rugged limestone peaks, rising more than 2,500 meters above sea level. For centuries, these mountains were far more than scenery. They were natural fortresses. While empires swept across the Balkans, Montenegro remained hidden behind steep cliffs, narrow passes, and deep valleys that invading armies struggled to cross. Life here was never easy. Villages clung to rocky slopes where fertile land was scarce, forcing generations to rely on resilience rather than abundance. Every path through the mountains became both a lifeline and a defensive line, connecting isolated communities while protecting them from outsiders. This harsh geography shaped more than survival. It shaped identity. Independence became more than a political goal. It became part of everyday life. Even today, many Montenegrins see their mountains not simply as beautiful landscapes, but as silent guardians that preserved their culture through centuries of conflict. Visitors often come for the famous coastline, but the true mystery of Montenegro begins far above the sea, where stone, silence, and determination created one of Europe's most enduring hidden worlds. If the mountains protected Montenegro, who were the people brave enough to build a nation among them? In the next chapter, we'll travel back through centuries of wars, kingdoms, and empires to discover how this tiny land refused to disappear from history. Montenegro's story begins long before it became a modern nation. The first settlers arrived thousands of years ago, but it was the fierce Illyrian tribes who gave these mountains their earliest identity. Later came the Romans, who built roads, towns, and trade routes along the Adriatic coast, connecting this remote land to one of history's greatest empires. When the Roman Empire collapsed, new kingdoms emerged across the Balkans. Montenegro became part of the medieval state of Duklia, one of the earliest South Slavic kingdoms to gain recognition. Although its borders shifted through the centuries, the idea of an independent mountain homeland never disappeared. Then came the Ottoman Empire. Much of the Balkans fell under Ottoman rule, yet Montenegro proved remarkably difficult to conquer. Its steep terrain favored local defenders who knew every mountain pass, every hidden trail, and every narrow valley. Instead of complete occupation, centuries of conflict created a culture built around freedom, honor, and self-rule. By the 19th century, Montenegro had become one of the few Balkan states to preserve its independence. In 1878, the Congress of Berlin officially recognized Montenegro as a sovereign nation, a remarkable achievement for such a small country surrounded by far larger powers. The borders may have changed many times, but one thing remained constant. Montenegro survived because its people never stopped believing that these mountains were worth defending. If you're discovering something new about Montenegro, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to Hidden Worlds. It helps us uncover more forgotten places, hidden histories, and extraordinary cultures from around the world. History explains how Montenegro survived, but its greatest architect wasn't a king or an empire. It was nature itself. In the next chapter, we'll explore the mountains, canyons, and rivers that carved one of Europe's wildest landscapes and shaped the destiny of an entire nation. Long before borders were drawn, nature had already designed Montenegro's greatest defense. Over millions of years, powerful tectonic forces lifted vast limestone mountains from the ancient seabed, creating one of Europe's most rugged landscapes. At the heart of this wilderness lies Durmitor National Park, where glacial lakes reflect towering peaks and dense forests have remained largely untouched for centuries. Nearby, the Tara River Canyon plunges more than 1,300 meters deep, making it one of the deepest canyons on Earth. Its crystal-clear river still cuts through the mountains, much as it has for thousands of years. To the south, another natural wonder awaits. The Bay of Kotor looks like a Norwegian fjord, yet it was not carved by glaciers. Instead, it is a submerged river canyon flooded by the Adriatic Sea, surrounded by steep limestone cliffs that create one of the Mediterranean's most spectacular landscapes. These mountains also create dozens of unique microclimates. Within just a few hours, travelers can move from warm coastal beaches to cool alpine forests, passing olive groves, ancient lakes, and snow-covered peaks along the way. Few countries in Europe contain such extraordinary diversity within such a small area. For the people of Montenegro, nature has never been just a backdrop. It has been their protector, provider, and greatest teacher. Even today, the rhythm of life continues to follow the mountains, the rivers, and the changing seasons. Nature gave Montenegro its strength, but it was the people who transformed these mountains into a unique culture unlike anywhere else in Europe. In the next chapter, we'll discover the traditions, beliefs, and everyday life that continue to define the soul of Montenegro today. Montenegro may be small, but its cultural identity is remarkably rich. For centuries, isolated mountain communities developed traditions shaped by family, faith, and survival. Honor was more than a personal virtue. It was the foundation of society, passed from one generation to the next. At the center of this heritage stands Cetinje, the country's historic royal capital. Though modest in size, it became the political and spiritual heart of Montenegro. Monasteries, royal residences, and museums still preserve the story of a nation that fought to protect its independence while safeguarding its Orthodox Christian traditions. Hospitality remains one of Montenegro's strongest values. In remote villages, guests are often welcomed with homemade bread, local cheese, smoked ham known as njegushki pursuit, and a glass of rakia, a traditional fruit brandy. Sharing food is not simply a meal, it is a gesture of trust and respect. Music also tells the story of the mountains. The haunting sound of the gusar, a single-string traditional instrument, has accompanied epic poems for centuries. Through these songs, stories of heroes, battles, and family honor were preserved long before they were ever written down. Today, Montenegro balances two worlds. Along the Adriatic coast, modern tourism brings luxury marinas, international visitors, and vibrant summer festivals. Yet only a short drive inland, ancient customs continue much as they have for generations. It is this rare blend of old and new that gives Montenegro a character unlike any other country in Europe. If Montenegro has surprised you so far, let us know in the comments. Which part fascinates you the most? the mountains, the history, or the culture. And if you're enjoying this journey through Europe's hidden places, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more cinematic documentaries from Hidden Worlds. Most visitors leave Montenegro after seeing Kotor or Budva, but beyond the famous landmarks lies another Montenegro, one filled with forgotten villages, hidden lakes, secret viewpoints, and experiences that even many Europeans have never discovered. In the next chapter, we'll uncover the country's true hidden world. Most travelers remember Montenegro for the Bay of Kotor or the beaches of Budva. But beyond these famous destinations lies a quieter country that many visitors never see. In the north, the Proclitege Mountains, often called the Accursed Mountains, remain one of Europe's last truly wild frontiers. Jagged peaks, glacial lakes, and remote hiking trails stretch for miles with little sign of modern development. Here, silence is broken only by the wind and the sound of distant waterfalls. Hidden among the forests is Biogradska Gora, one of the last remaining primeval forests in Europe. Some of its towering trees have stood for more than 5 centuries, preserving an ecosystem that has changed very little since the end of the last ice age. Walking beneath these ancient giants feels like stepping into another era. Far from the busy coastline, the shores of Lake Skadar reveal a completely different side of Montenegro. As the largest lake in the Balkans, it shelters hundreds of bird species, floating water lilies, centuries-old monasteries, and quiet fishing villages where life still moves at a gentle pace. Perhaps Montenegro's greatest secret is not a single place at all. It is the feeling of discovering somewhere that has resisted mass tourism. A country where nature still dominates the landscape. Traditions remain alive, and every winding road seems to lead to another hidden story waiting to be uncovered. Montenegro has survived empires, protected its traditions, and preserved landscapes found almost nowhere else in Europe. But what does this tiny nation teach us about the relationship between people and the land they call home? In our final chapter, we'll discover why Montenegro is far more than a beautiful destination. It's a reminder that some of the world's greatest treasures remain hidden in plain sight. In a world where so many destinations have become crowded and predictable, Montenegro still feels like a place waiting to be discovered. Its mountains tell stories of resilience. Its rivers continue carving landscapes that have remained wild for thousands of years. Along its coastline, medieval towns stand as quiet witnesses to centuries of trade, conflict, and survival. Together, they reveal a country whose greatest strength has never been its size, but its ability to preserve what truly matters. Yet Montenegro is changing. Tourism continues to grow, bringing new opportunities as well as new challenges. Modern roads, luxury resorts, and international investment are transforming parts of the country faster than ever before. The question is no longer whether Montenegro will become more popular. It almost certainly will. The real question is whether it can protect the landscapes, traditions, and way of life that make it so unique. Perhaps that is why Montenegro leaves such a lasting impression. It reminds us that true beauty is not only found in spectacular scenery, but in places that remain deeply connected to their history, their people, and the natural world around them. For those willing to look beyond the famous landmarks, Montenegro offers something increasingly rare, a feeling of genuine discovery. Not because it is completely unknown, but because much of its soul still belongs to the mountains, the forests, and the quiet villages where time seems to move a little more slowly. As our journey through Montenegro comes to an end, one thing becomes clear. Europe still holds places capable of surprising us. Not with grand monuments or endless crowds, but with silence, authenticity, and stories that have patiently waited to be told. And perhaps the greatest hidden world is not the one hidden on a map, but the one hidden behind our own expectations. If this journey changed the way you see Montenegro, please leave a like and subscribe to Hidden Worlds. Every week, we explore places that most travelers overlook, lands shaped by extraordinary history, breathtaking nature, and cultures that deserve to be remembered. And before you go, tell us in the comments, which hidden country should we uncover next? Your suggestion might become our next documentary. Thank you for watching. Until our next journey into another hidden world.